Yo, welcome to today's episode where I'm talking with Julia, French girl living in Qatar. She's running a wellness corporate training program for corporations, obviously, where she is focusing on wellness, health, self-esteem, confidence, productivity, and all these sort of things there. So Julia and I, we are talking here in this interview on how we can improve ourselves individually. If you're feeling stuck with the weight loss, if you're feeling we're not productive enough, the motivation is not there, we might not like ourselves the way we wanted it to. Check out the interview here right now where we're going in depth. Super excited. But overall, if you're saying for females in general, because that's the people you're sort of like specialized more in, what would you say for the female market? What's the hardest part for them in regards to the overall wellness, weight loss, and well-being? Like, why do you feel like so many girls maybe have that wrong self-image? Like, they're never really good enough. They maybe compare themselves. It's like it's never really there. What do you feel like it's the hardest part for the female market and the female clients you're working with in order to get to that, body they want, and then self-acceptance and liking themselves?
Yeah. Well, on the aspect of just the wellness side, when you have a woman, having an issue or cannot talk, is basically the environment has a huge impact here. The way to work, the way to train, and also the environment of family and friends, huge impact. So I would say has a lot of influence towards the success. On the other side, as a woman and behavior, I would say like there is a lot of language that is not understood. And in that case, the woman is not going to talk because the woman is not going to feel safe. So if she doesn't feel safe with a woman, with a man, trainer, psychotherapist or whatever, she won't talk. That's really simple. So this is two attributes that are coordinated. I mean, like together make that the success is not there. Like not open up, to talk, not open up to just to give what they want. And then the moment that you lose self-esteem, it's not going to go in the right way. Like you don't want to do anything, you're going to stop. You lose the confidence and the connection, desire, passion, and then blah, 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 everything goes.
Yeah. So you see that the hard part for them is more the emotional aspect. It's not so much as you're saying, the how to like train and like eat healthy and that sort of thing. Is the emotional aspect of them doing it consistently and enjoying the process. Is that correct?
Correct, totally correct. Yeah, the language that you use, the communication, big time. And that's why, like here, there is a lot of reporting between women when we train because we can most of the time we can understand. Like the emotion level is different than in between women and men. Yeah. Men can understand. They want to understand. However, sometimes the communication is not the same. Yeah. And the moment you don't understand the communication, even if you speak with a spoken language, sometimes it's really difficult because the emotional aspect is taking over. And you find, barriers and walls, and then has an aspect on stress, cortisol, and then has an aspect, on results, with also the weight loss.
Right. And what do you see as sort of like the common emotions that females are feeling in terms of stress, in terms of like not seeing the progress and seeing the results and maybe like that self-doubt? Like what do you see as the common emotions that females are experiencing, and how do you then help them overcome that?
The emotion that's taking over is basically to compare a lot towards what it should be instead of what it is right now. And also not trusting the process to get somewhere. But also there is something that I always ask my clients is, when you want to go to one point, have you been there before? Because sometimes you just have a goal is not achievable and realistic. And also you want to go somewhere because you like it. You dream about it, but you don't know the feeling. You don't know the work behind. You don't have the real desire, and you don't know the work that is going to take really to get there. So you are not prepared mentally to really set up everything in your environment and everything around to get to this point. So in that case, I like to see with my girls or my women or whatever, like, what is the feeling behind? like, what is your true emotional aspect, or the why do you want to get there? Is it because you want to look like a woman and you want to be attractive and sexy? Is it because you want to feel good because you have maybe a competition or an event and you really want to be the best of it? So in that case, the aspect of the emotional feminine energy doesn't have any power on this.
Yeah.
Or is it simply because your environment just push you to do this and they want you to be part of it? So are you going to do it because of the people and you want to be liked? What it is in this? And then like what I can get this, I can judge exactly like, okay, this is how we're going to go from A to B, and this is what it's going to be. And also this is how we're going to manage also, like, to make sure everything about what you want is going to be equal. So your life condition is going to be equal with your blueprint. Where you are at now is going to be where you want to be next. But also we're going to establish realistic goals, not the one that you see on Instagram, not the one that you see on a video, and not the one that you see at the gym when you have absolutely no clue how much work it takes to get where these people are.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, and I see the same with the people I work with, like females or males. You know, it's that, you know, instant gratification we all want. You know, like we want to get to where we want, like we want to get there yesterday, right? We want it now. So it's that kind of like the wrong expectations to the things, and then also you see. Like if we're talking topics on weight loss and getting the body in shape, like you see a lot of the people that maybe have tried it, right? They've done a lot of different things. There's very famous right now to do challenges and like 21 days of something and like 90 days of something, where it speaks a little bit to the things you're saying is like the reason for why they want to do it in the first place, it's screwed up. Like it's not really getting there consistently with them. So so how would you talk to those people that, you know, might have the right reasons? Like, you know, I might be, you know, this female that been, you know, never really liked myself. I might have been bullied as a teenager. Like I have some strong power within me. Like I really want to like I want to, for the first time in my life, I want to be proud of myself. I want to look in the mirror and I want to feel amazing. Not for anybody else. I want it for me. How do you speak to that girl that have that right, like, why? But maybe is misleading in the process. She might have tried a challenge. She might have tried a low-carb diet. She might have tried like lots of different things and she's just stuck. Like, how do you help a female client like that?
You know, when you get when you don't success in the first challenge or the second or the third, your self-confidence goes really low. Like you feel ashamed, you feel guilty, you feel like you cannot get there and everybody is better than you. So unless you start to become a badass, then you can move to the next stage. But then, like, I would say a lot of girls, like guys, have been bullied, you know, in the past. And they suffer, you know, of bullying with like people around, and also the aspect of the physical aspect, like not being good and looking good, or your friends on the side are just better than you, and that's still your friend, but you still have like this jealous aspect because this is not you. So there is an inner voice inside. Like we have a little child inside, you know, like someone really unsafe, someone like has to find a balance, someone has to be heard and seen. And in that case, like this woman, you know, cannot, like this woman is probably unsafe. This is just who she is right now. She doesn't want to go there because she doesn't want to be seen. She doesn't feel comfortable. Her body language is going to have a huge aspect on this. Like you can already judge, you know, like how she's going to feel. So the best way to connect, you know, with this kind of person is just simply talking and acting like you would talk or you will act with a child. Like no judgment, just to build a connection, build a safety place, and show the example and show that it's possible, and start to inspire the person. Because to inspire, you have to be inspired in the first place. So it's like holding the hand. Like take this person, no matter what is the age, no matter what is the sex. Take this person, you know, like it's a little child.
So what I hear you say is kind of like a little bit the approach of like, you know, be there and encourage them, and then just show them a different way to make it happen, because they might have tried like lots of different ways right now and they lost that confidence and energy within themselves, and they're like, that's just me, I'm gonna stay here forever. So what you're saying is basically have that encouragement and then just guide them down a different path of maybe how to manage their nutrition or their training or the daily schedule and that sort of thing in order to get to their results there.
Exactly.